Lyft recently added an important new piece of information to their upfront fare screen. I compared the upfront fare screens from Uber and Lyft a couple of years ago, but I figured it would be time to do that comparison again. Let's discuss. So I've been driving with upfront fares here in Minneapolis and St. Paul for a few years now. Uber introduced their upfront fares first, and then about a year later, Lyft introduced their upfront fares in our market. I've seen many iterations of the Uber upfront fare screen. I've seen a few iterations of the Lyft upfront fare screen. I feel overall that both apps provide a good amount of information on their upfront fare screen, but we have to analyze all of that information in just seconds. On Uber, it's 10 seconds. On Lyft, it's 15 seconds. And again, Lyft recently added that new important piece of information. So let's take a look at the screens. All right, so here's what you see on Uber. On the map, you see that the pickup location is that circle with the person in it, and then you see the expected route to the destination, and the destination is a black circle with a square in it. Now, in terms of the information, you'll see on the top left there that this is an Uber X request, and if this was an Uber Green or an Uber XL request, you'd see that there. You also see that this is an exclusive request, which means this request is going exclusively to you. It's not on Trip Radar. You have the option to decline the request by selecting the X there. You then see the upfront fare amount, the amount that you're going to be paid. Below that, you see the passenger rating, and then you see the time and distance to the pickup location, and the pickup location cross streets and city, and then you see the time and distance to the drop-off location, and this is just showing the street and the city. All right, now with Lyft. On the map, you see that the pickup location is that purple outlined circle, and then the drop-off location is that pink outlined circle. If you want to decline a request, there's that X on the top right there. You can see the upfront fare amount, how much you're going to get paid. To the right of that, you'll see the passenger rating. You then see the time and distance to the pickup location and the street and city, and then you see the distance from the pickup location to the drop-off location. This is showing the actual location and city. And then at the bottom there is a very important piece of information that they've added. They're showing the estimated hourly rate for every single ride now. And this estimated hourly rate is based on the entirety of the trip, both the pickup and the drop-off. So this ride in its entirety should take about 8 minutes. If we extrapolate the upfront fare of $5.56 from 8 minutes to 60 minutes, that would be $41.70 per hour. So that average hourly rate piece of information is now the most important thing that I look at when accepting an upfront fare. For a while now, I've been filtering out the requests that I know aren't paying well, especially on Uber. I don't have that calculation on Uber, so I have to do that in my mind. I wasn't calculating in my head the average hourly rate, but I kind of had an idea of what the average hourly rate would be on a lot of these upfront fares. I absolutely love that Lyft has added it now, and for me personally, I'm trying to get paid at least $30 per hour on every single upfront fare that I get. Prior to estimated hourly earnings, I was just trying to get paid $1 per mile for the entirety of the trip, both the pickup and the drop-off. There would be times though where I'd see that the duration of a trip was way too long, like say a half an hour for a 10-mile trip, and I would decline those rides. And I'm doing that math in my head now on Uber. If I see the upfront fare come in, say it's 10 miles, it's paying $10, but I look at the duration and it's like 30 minutes, that means I'm getting paid $20 an hour for that ride. And I'm trying to get paid $30 an hour for these rides. So an excellent new piece of information by Lyft. Lyft is just far more transparent in my opinion than Uber. They provide this information on the details of a ride. They provide estimated and actual distances, and those estimated and actual distances include the pickup mileage. With Uber on their trip details, they only provide the distance from the pickup location to the drop-off location and the duration. No estimated and actual, and no pickup mileage or duration. So again, props to Lyft for adding this piece of information to the upfront fare screen. I wish Uber would add this information to theirs, and my acceptance rate on Lyft has actually gone up since they made this change. I think previously it was hovering at about 50%. It's currently at 67%. This is because I was not accepting a lot of the middling rides, the rides that were less than 10 miles that I didn't think were paying well, but on those I can now see that if those rides are say 7-8 miles and they're paying pretty well, I see that I'm getting paid at least $30 per hour on those rides, and I'm accepting a lot of them. Also, after the fact, I will look at the trip details and analyze that estimated hourly rate and make sure that I'm getting paid that estimated hourly rate, and 9 times out of 10 I am making that actual estimated hourly rate, and a lot of times I'm actually exceeding it. But what about all of you? What do you think of this new estimated hourly rate information that Lyft is including, and has it changed your acceptance rate at all? Or were you previously just calculating this hourly rate in your head? If you've yet to download the Solo app to help you manage your rideshare business and earn more, our referral link is in the description. We also have a free newsletter, and the link to sign up for that is in the description as well. If you've yet to watch my previous video on shaving miles versus time, be sure to check that one out. Thanks again for watching, and drive safe. Thanks.